Howdy and hello, everybody. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Beware the Witching Hour, Secrets of the Hourglass Coven, because I can read and I forgot what the name of the stream is, which seems to just be a continuing theme from the last one. How's everybody doing?
Freaking awesome. So excited.
And very specially, I'm so excited. We have a friend joining us. A friend, you know, who's like a friend of the channel. Lovely Liquor Witch is here. The beautiful Liquor Witch.
Yay! Right.
You should be shooting your gun.
I should be. I'm gonna need to get another gun. We're gonna need 2 guns. We're gonna need some
Pow, pow, pow.
pow. Shooting the drywall
so-
above me.
Everybody remember that we are so lucky to also have this streaming over on Liquor Witch's channel. If you don't follow her, what are you doing with your life? Why are we, like, what is this? Come on, guys. I thought you were better than that. It's like a crit and miss thing. We just all follow each other. What is this? Anywhoozle, it's over there. So get your butt over there and follow her and send her likes because we love her and she's adorable.
That's right. So
Yeah.
if you haven't already, make sure you head over to Liquor Witch on Twitch. Give her a follow, and even better, a subscription. Because after all,
Yes.
D&D is fun, but it ain't cheap. So if we want
with money.
Yeah, that's right. So hit that subscribe button. Follow her across all the social medias as well. Every little thing that you can do helps. Helps the visibility of the channel and helps us bring amazing content to your ear holes.
Yes, it
Back over to you,
does.
Grace.
Okay, well, how are you all feeling? Are we excited to get Dungeons and Dragoning?
Yes.
I'm ready to Dungeons and Dragons.
Very excited.
Yay!
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, I've been playing so much Baldur's Gate lately that I actually haven't had like a single chance to sit down and play actual Dungeons and Dragons. And as much as I love Astarion, and I'm sure my love for Astarion is shared, closely followed by Gale, because I think we all forget that he is also hot, and then Shadowheart. Actually, they're all kind of, they're all on par with each other. Oh, yes.
Lyzel. Lysel's the best.
Oh,
No.
Heart of stone melts
She's
into
mean.
a heart of love.
I hate
She
her.
gets-
Can I just put my hand up for color supremacy?
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
No, I refuse. No, Shadowheart.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
another pretty cool conversation we need to have. Is that
This is true.
Well, as we all know about the channel, is I like to put the players front and center when it comes to the stream. So, if I may, this isn't my stream, so this is entirely your call, Grace. But we like to do a little bit of a banter topic up
Hijacking.
front. So, what do you
Yes.
think? It might be a good banter topic to go across the board, find out what your favorite BG3 character is and why. Justify it. What do you think?
So I think I agree, but I think we have favorite BG3 character and favorite romanceable BG3 character because they are two very, very different things. Like, you know, I could almost rank them. Really, I have like, you know, like it goes as follows: Starion, Gale, Shadowheart, Karlach, and then Will's not even fucking on there. Halston's somewhere in there, but like, you know, he just floats. He floats up and down for me.
I did a
Like, he
Astarion
kind of
through,
moves.
and they were lovers.
I love that. I've seen those.
very
It's kind of
good.
cute.
It just developed. It was organic. They just vibed. It was just
Oh,
lovely.
that's cute. In terms of favorite character, I don't know. I do like the bone dude at camp. I can never
Withers?
remember his name.
Withers?
Yes. I think he's so
Creepy Withers?
cool.
He's cool.
He reminds me of I don't know if you guys have read A Court of Thorns and Roses, but he reminds me of the Surreal. But like less sassy and like, you know, it's like that's what the Surreal would look like if like the Surreal existed in my mental frame.
Right.
And like that whole like spoilers for Act 2, just before I say it, I'll give you 10 seconds to like mute this. 1, 2, 3. With that little girl in Act 2, and like her parents died, and he was like, oh, you know, like the weave will lead you, and then she comes back in Act 3 and she's totally fine and she's just a badass bitch. I was like, oh, well, this was a real one for that. I love him. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
If I look half as good at 40 as Withers does as 100, I'll consider myself lucky. All right, so shall we? I'll let you choose who goes next, Grace.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I keep forgetting that like Sven has such an authoritative voice that every time he speaks, I'm like, oh, I'm playing a game. No, just shut up and I listen.
Does he have an authoritative voice, Gemma?
She said no as she was leaving the room. In case you didn't hear that.
I heard it.
You heard it. Okay, good.
I think we're gonna pass the baton over to Lickowitch, because I already know what she's gonna say because she said Karlak, but I also just I'm curious.
All right. Lickowitch, favorite Baldur's Gate 3?
So, my favorite
was
Baldur's
marinating.
Gate 3 character is Asarian.
Okay. All
I
right.
love him.
Hashtag Team Jacob.
But, however, he's followed a very close second by Karlak. Because I relate to Karlak's loneliness and isolation and suffering, but I also relate to Astarian's greed for power and also that crushing, like, there is something similar between the two. The crushing desire to be liked and admired by the folks around you in order to get the most that you can from them. I'm very wary to say whether or not it's like take advantage of them, because it's not take advantage of them. It's like, can I get the most out of you like this? It's Karlak and Astarian for me.
Karlak. and
No,
Astarian.
I totally agree. I
Interesting.
love Astarian. I don't know why. Like literally, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, I'm downloading this game, and this is now my new personality.
You have to say darling a lot more.
Darling.
Darling.
Get
No,
off
wait.
your knees. You're worth more than
On
that.
your
Imagine
knees.
if Sasuke sounded like that.
Oh god, so are we talking about a last minute personality
Can we
change?
do that?
Because
Can we do that?
No, she won't. She
Please.
won't.
I don't know. I don't know how I
But
feel
like,
about
damn, still.
Father.
Bless us. Bless us. Bless us. We're
Blessed
having
be
simple
this
thoughts.
wonderful evening. Is it my turn to share?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, so I had to do favorite character overall, and
Yeah.
favorite.
Romanceable character, it's up to you.
Okay, well, favorite
You can choose one
character
of both.
is Lizelle because of her. I think they portrayed someone that grew up in an extremely harsh environment with no love really well, and through the game you actually see her come out of her shell and break away, which I think is really good writing. For a romanceable character, I'm going to surprise everyone and go with Lizelle because listen, the
you're just not big on noses.
the world record for Baldur's Gate 3 sex runners is 1 minute and 58 seconds. They get to romance Lizelle, and it was that when I heard that, I was like, that's amazing. I can get sex done in like 15 to 20 seconds. I was beating a world record until I found out that the world record was for actually navigating through the game up to the sex, not just the sex itself.
How?
So you chose that character out of relatability, and I
was like, I can get sex done way faster than a minute 58. So
Yeah.
like, that's like world record.
I
sex for me.
love that.
Right.
that's Fantastic. Yeah, all right. Dig it.
Damn.
Well, I actually had a really interesting experience. My first 2 playthroughs, I was pretty much asexual. Actually, I developed really close friendships, and that was what it was about. Actually, the romance wasn't really a thing. I ended up being, basically BFFs forever with Karlak, and I chose an ending that had to do with her.
Very cool.
And then in my other playthrough with Sven, I was a Githyanki. So this is the first character I played. I was like, I'm just going to be a Gith straight out of the gate. I had a few dalliances, but with the most random characters you can think of. Who was it? It was Minthara, the Emperor.
Yes, it was the Emperor. I suppose.
It was a mess.
Oh
But then
my
I went
god!
I've never felt so jealous
Yeah.
before in my life.
It was bad. But then I went through and I played as Astarion, and in that I actually fell for
Oh, yeah.
Elsa, and that was absolutely beautiful. But my favorite character, it's probably Astarion, just because you see the change. I've seen the acting is just sublime. However, if someone said to me, "Who would you have to dinner?" I couldn't decide. Like I genuinely love all the characters. I've played this game way too much. And I love the fact it's had so many iterations for me. There's been different ways I've gone, depending on the vibe, depending on the class I am, and depending on the decisions I make. Completely different directions. I wish that Minsk and Jahira were options, and Elfira, the Bard, Act 1. Pretty hot. But they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just love the game. I've
Agreed.
never played a game like it, and I probably never will again. I'm
Agreed.
hoping
It's pretty,
something else to get my interest.
the rules pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because they're not making another one, and they're not releasing any like, what are they called, DLCs for it. I was pretty devastated when I found that out. It like ruined my whole week.
And saying that though, watch them go to Pathfinder.
Yeah. Well, I've just been playing Dreamlight Valley to like help my soul recover because I can't find anything else. The Diablo 4's alright. I just go around and kill lots of things. That's been great. But yeah, I
Love
could
that.
not find a replacement. But I don't think I ever will. And I'm still going to play through going at the moment, in which I play myself. But somehow it's ended up being. Oh, I did a Dark Urge as well. That was great. But I'm playing myself, and somehow it's ended up one of the evilest playthroughs I've done. I don't know what that means.
I love that.
I don't know what happened. It's just descended really badly into the worst I've done. So yeah.
Sven,
Yes.
thoughts, feelings, comments.
Well, look, I think because we're talking about this topic, we should rule out personally created characters. So I think my glam goth bard Yule McGrath should be off the table, out of fairness. But I mean, if you've checked the Discord, you see how glamorous he is. I think this is an easy answer. I mean, Minsk and Boo, great, especially if you've played the original Baldur's Gate games. They have a special place in my heart. Jahira, same thing. But the real protagonist is Connor Vinderblad, and he's up on screen right now. You can check him out right there in all of his ghoulish
yes.
glory.
It's a bitter divorce situation.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Connor Vinderblad is hands down my favorite character. He's hands down my favorite romanceable character. Maybe not in the game, but in my personal imagination, Connor Vinderblad is definitely romanceable. And keep your eyes on the Baldur's Gate modern community.
AO3, babe. AO3 fanfic.
AO3.
I introduced him to that
She is
recently.
right. She is right though.
Yeah.
She is
They will
right
be
in a
on
massive way.
All
There
right.
would
We
be.
will find
There
it.
so would be.
I didn't know about that website until recently.
No.
Are you for real?
Well, I mean, why would I?
Were you even a teenager?
No, actually, now that you mention it, I wasn't. I went straight from toddler
No, I think it's still so
to bearded
weird.
adult.
No, that freaked me out. I forget that you guys are all like 50.
Yeah, no. I do you know, I didn't get onto it recently, but
Excuse me. 50 in cat years is 30 in human years.
Yeah.
Okay.
how old are we?
You're all like old.
You're the same age as my daughter Grace, and you say some of the same things, and I'm like, oh bless.
Oh my god, you should be my mom. I love you. You're so fun.
You can be my surrogate child. Yes,
oh God,
yes.
Grace's mother, if you're watching the stream,
You can share.
please. No, actually, I'm all for that. That sounds fantastic. But yeah, no, Connor Vinderblad, hands down, best character.
Hottest as well.
Hottest as well. Absolutely, you cannot deny.
Stinkiest, most useful,
Most useful.
best at putting your backpack,
This is
face around camp.
we never told anyone this, but the first time we played Baldur's Gate 3, it was Gemma's first playthrough, not only of Baldur's Gate, but like pretty much any RPG ever. So we were just fumbling through it and just doing whatever. We found Connor Vinderblad's body. We're like, what does this guy do? I don't know. I just put him in my backpack. We carried around through the entire game in my backpack, and he just became like a mascot.
Special friend.
Yeah, like a best special friend in your backpack. That's the best kind.
Pictures. We took pictures. It was like a holiday that we went on, and we were going to get a photo book printed out with our journey. It's demented. Like at one stage, I'm like an anime theme. Like there's me and the Emperor. It's poor Sven was watching all this go down.
I love this
Just
so much.
Trying to think
Like,
about how I could grow my own set of face
found
tentacles.
him, when I found him, I resurrected him and then instantly hit him with turn undead, and he just died instantly.
Wow.
Because I hadn't done the hag thing yet. I hadn't done it yet, and I found that first, and it was like the first thing I did. And then this bitch started talking about her dead husband, and I was like,
I don't know him. Do you know, I made some really bad decisions. Poor Sven was watching me and he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, yeah, this seems like a great way to go and trust this person. And he's like, "This isn't good." I'm just leading him down the road.
I killed her, like, during the fight with the hag. I, like, dead set. I was like, oh, I'll just revive her afterwards. And then I tried to have Shadowheart revive her, and it was like, you cannot revive NPCs. And I was like, well, that's unfortunate. She'll live. Well, not really, but...
This is great. We could talk about all the atrocious things we've done in Baldur's Gate. I've got 4 critical
sure.
conversations topics coming up, babe.
Can we maybe move away from the war crimes that we're accused of doing?
Yes,
in our,
we do. We have so many.
standard games.
Moving away from the war
Maybe-
crimes that
moving
we've
on
been
to the
accused of.
Future war crimes that we may be accused of going into the future.
Exactly. Moving away from the
100%, I
past
totally
war
agree.
crimes.
Thank
and
you for moving us on.
striving.
because I
Thank
could
you.
talk about
You're
Baldur's
welcome
Gate
for
all
the
the time.
segue, by the way.
Thank you.
War
That was a
crimes.
good segue. Yes. Breaking the Geneva Convention.
Geneva suggestion, I think,
One roll at a
maybe for
time.
some folks.
Agreed. Okay, so tonight is obviously just a cute little session 0. So we're just gonna go around, we're gonna introduce ourselves. Actually, could I get everybody to roll a d4?
Ooh.
Where do you want me to roll a d4?
Anywhere. Unfazed.
Nice. Have a
Great.
whole lot of dice.
I can't even find them in above VTT. Oh, this is dreadful. Oh, here it is. It just went missing. It's all right.
Okay.
All right. What do I have? I have a
Got a 3.
We all got 3s.
I think 3.
Did you all get a 3? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, can somebody roll again?
Roll a
'Cause this is all
3.
dependent
Roll
on
again.
you having a different number.
I got 4.
I got 3.
Okay.
Those
Gem is 4.
3.
Remember that number for me. Liquid,
try.
did you also get a 3?
Got a 3.
You
So I
are a
have
2 now.
3.
You are a 2 now.
Okay.
Then, you are now 1. Mod, you are now 3.
Yes.
Everybody remember the numbers because I have to remember everything else.
3.
We'll try.
Oakley. So do we just want to like go around in a circle? Does anybody particularly want to go first?
Whoever rolled a 1 should go first.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Go fast,
I think
Mod.
that might be
So, what? Oh no, it's not the dice rolling. This has to do with something else. Let me cook.
Oh.
Ooh.
Let me cook.
Oh, intrigue.
Something whole different. Let me cook. Let me cook.
It's who rolled a 1?
I'll get Mod to go first,
All right.
and if you could share with us your character's name. Who rolled the 1? I think I gave Sven the 1,
You gave Sven the one.
just to make him suffer.
So, I believe so.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. Well, I was born Joshua Pike, and I actually was born in a.
Mod.
Introduce
us.
Oh yes, okay. We've got
Yes.
the delay thing happening. Excellent.
Yes.
I was born Joshua Pike, and I was born in a tiered halfling society known as High Hill, but I wasn't born at the top or the bottom. I was born kind of in the middle, and I still remember when I bumped my knee in the parking lot. Sorry, that's a song by Josh Pike. I really like that song. But I did grow up in a town called High Hill, and I found that my gift was giving people inspiration. So I spent a lot of time talking to people. And over time, I traveled, and then I came across a hill on the other side of the field called Small Hill. And when I got there, there was a lot of people that were ill and suffering. And I said, I will fetch a cleric, and I think they heard me say I am a cleric. And all of a sudden, I took up the mantle place of Father Michael O'Reilly. And I've been there, tending to the wounds and the hearts of the town of Small Hill. So, mechanically speaking, I will be playing as a elderly bard of the 3rd level College of Spirits, I believe. But in actual fact, I will be playing as a cleric because I'll be healing people and tending to their souls.
Cool. So keen. Well, now it comes back to the dice roll. Let's see what random question I have for Aurelia.
I rolled a 3.
So I have if your character made a character, what character would it be?
Ooh, well, technically he did make a character. He made Father Michael O'Reilly, tenderly known as Father O'Reilly. And but if he was going to make a character, I believe it would be someone that best did the things he did. So probably a celestial warlock. So still charisma based, but maybe not having to work so hard at religion. There's a lot of studying and a lot of reading to do what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, if that answer wasn't good enough, barbarian, because he always wanted to be big. I just want to see Grace smile. That's all I'm doing.
I love that.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Okie dokie. Well, who wants to go next? I'll let you guys pick.
I
Throw
think
it
I
out
should
there.
get to pick.
Who's next? Oh, actually, you know what, Mod? Yeah, you pick. You go.
Sven, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm gonna pick Gemma.
Ah,
Good boy.
hello. Hi. I'm a satyr. I accidentally cosplayed as the Loki-esque character, but I'm in fact a satyr bard. So I am from the College of Creation, which I think is really cool because I find that when I play, I tend to come up with really weird ideas and try to squeeze them into the rules, and they don't work. But this way, I can probably do it legitimately. So I'm sorry, Grace. So that's really cool. So basically, I have a gift of weaving melodies, and I've got my little drum. And people think that maybe I may be a demigod born again. I don't know which one. I'm sick of the pressure, so I've just left the family. I'm just like, I'm gonna go out and find myself. I'm like a, early adulthood. Probably, still a little bit scared. I think I'm going to like being around some of the group because they'll be very supportive in finding out who I am. There's also a really weird thing that happens if someone says my name, a fire starts somewhere within like 10 Ks. So like houses are burnt down, like all kinds of things. So I'm actually trying to look for my real name. So wanting to find out what that is. But yeah, so I'm going to be avoiding everyone saying my name. But I'm very excited. It's the first time I played a bard. I can't believe there's two of us. I think it's going to be great, and we're so different.
I'm a cleric.
Yeah, well, you're a cleric, sorry. Are you a bard or a cleric? Oh god, I don't even know.
That's the question.
Okay, all right, that's the question. So I'm a bard, I think. But do you know what? A lot of my things are more druid as well. Like, I look like a freaking druid in the art. Like, my background is very druidy, so I think we're playing some really out of the box bards. So yes. And now I'm nervous about what question 4 is.
Oh yes, question 4. If your character had 3 wishes, including infinite wishes, what wishes would they be?
Well, it would be infinite wishes. That would
Yeah,
be the first.
wishes.
And then should probably want to find out why these things are happening to her. I think that's her biggest motivator because, she's surrounded by family and friends who are very jovial and happy, but she's got this darkness and she doesn't know what it's about. And probably unlimited booze because she likes a good party. So yeah, and she's still very young. So, but because it's infinite, I can do whatever I want. And probably a boat. I want a boat at some point in this. So a really, really good boat.
Okay, so go to
I'm sure we can make that happen. I mean, like in the Crit and Miss universe, I have a ship and a boat. Well, the boat sank because Cthulhu attacked it. Thanks, Ali. But other than that, yeah,
get as far as
Can do a boat.
I'm sure we can make a boat happen. We can do a boat. Like a wish. Share
Hello.
with that friend. Share with the group.
Okay, so have you ever guys heard a ominous silence after being in a house with toddlers or an amount of cats that you're not quite sure are in the house? That's kind of how Sasikal operates. Sasikal is a very recently awakened being. She was previously a feline familiar, built entirely to resolve the needs and wishes of someone other than herself, and had a very well-directed, well-established, well-choreographed way of doing things. But recently, she woke up in her own body with her own motivations and her own thoughts and her own worries and fears. And her witch is gone.
Aww.
Imagine waking up with no memory of the night before, wrapped in a blanket made of wishes and stars. This is the one that her witch left her. Sasuke has nothing else aside from her blanket and a desire to find out what the higgity hell happened to her witch, because if she finds her witch, she gets answers. If she gets answers, she can figure out how things are going to go. But in the meantime, being someone who doesn't quite know how things work, being someone who doesn't quite know how to direct things, she has a lot of power that may be misdirected sometimes, but she's doing her best. She is a small chocolate. She's a chocolate tabby. The only white marks on her body are the 3 bigger marks on her forehead. Aside from the rest of her, she is a chocolate brown, big golden eyes,
All right.
She's just trying to find a witch, man. That's all she wants to do. She's trying to find a witch.
Baby,
She doesn't know which way she went.
baby.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
But
every which way.
but every which way. But she's out there. She's in her dungarees, which is her action suit, and her cape made from her witch's cloak, and her witch's old hat that she managed to fit onto her head somehow, and her little ears poke up. Because she managed to cut holes so her little ears poke up. She has her bell on. She's ready. Not quite sure what for yet, but
guys-
she's ready.
No one can kill her.
I beg to
No one
differ.
is allowed to kill her. I make a pact right now
Aside
that I
from
will not
me.
kill her. No killing. No killing.
I wasn't interested until you said that. Now I'm like, do I get a special prize?
Got 3
Yeah.
Literally.
The cat's first to go.
So
There was no candy inside.
Jessica, I have the
Bicycle.
question
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Follow me. Follow me. Okay. You ask me. Okay. I'll try.
If your character had a theme song, what would it be?
Mm. It would be like bean bon, bean bon, bean bon. Bean bon, ting-a-ling-a-ling, bean bon, like that.
Pretty sure that's a
I had
Kanye
so many
West song,
plans
isn't
for
it?
this campaign. It was gonna be dicey, but I don't want to kill a cat. It's too cute. I
I have
can't
9
kill-
lives. I have 9.
She-
I
Don't
feel
use
you
all
might be
them
the
up too
strongest out of us
quickly.
all.
But blood
Pretty good,
armor.
kid.
Blood armor.
And this is
I love
exactly the reason why, when I knew we were going to be doing Beware the Witching Hour again, why you're one of the first people I reached out to. You know, carrying my bad roleplay all across this
That's so
freaking
good.
Feywild. Thank you very much.
I love it.
Can
I
you tell
love
what
it.
part of Europe I am from? Right in the heart of the smack of the dab. Right in the middle. Germany?
Love it.
Who is that?
Okay, Sven, illuminate us. Who is your character?
I don't think I want to play anymore. No. All right, let me just change the soundtrack. I've been.
Yeah, how do you follow that? I
Yeah,
should have
no,
had her
it's-
go last.
It's a hard act to follow. I'll try. I'll do my absolute best. So, I am going to be playing a character whose name is Flint Beastwood. And Flint, if you've been keeping up to date with the news on the channel, I've played Flint Beastwood before on a live show down in Brisbane, and I had so much fun. I was like, I have to bring that character back. There's no way I was going to leave it at that. His story has to be told. So, Flint is a Harangon Ranger Beastmaster is his subclass. For those people who don't know, Harangon are rabbit people, hence the cowboy hat with the rabbit ears sticking through, and the phenomenal whiskers, courtesy of Gemma. And Flint Beastwood is from the Feywilds. He grew up in a family with 26 siblings. And he actually got started in his adventuring life as a highwayman and a bandit before being captured by the powers that be in the Feywild, the Archfey themselves, who, as opposed to doling out some type of punishment, decided instead to give this bunny a handgun and put him to work. So now Flint Beastwood, he roams the Feywild, hunting down those who dare to strike out against the rules of the Archfey, dragging them back, kicking and screaming if he has to. As a Feywild bounty hunter. So basically, if you wanna know who Flint Beastwood is, he is a gun-toting cowboy bunny who rides a panther. That's Flint Beastwood in a nutshell.
That is so cool. That is awesome. And if Flint Beastwood happened to get stranded on a desert island, what would he bring?
I mean, is it only one item?
No, it's I'll give you 3. You
Give me
may
3?
have 3.
All right. Well, that's easy. There's 3 things that he would bring with him. First thing he'd bring is his panther, Bear. He couldn't imagine a life without his beast companion. And if he's going to be lounging on a deserted island, drinking out of a coconut, he's going to be sharing that coconut with his best friends, Bear. Second, easy. It's going to be his pistol. You don't know what kind of dangers are on that deserted island. He's going to be bringing his pistol. It's his trademark item. Speaking of trademark items, the third thing he's going to be bringing is his hat, because it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
At least I imagine. It's going to be pretty hot, so he's going to be bringing his cowboy hat. So he's going to have his hat, his gun, and his cap.
It's like, who's captain?
Well, right now, it's the cat he can ride around on that he prefers. So he's going to be bringing Bear. But you know, he's got a heart of gold, this guy. So maybe he can be persuaded to befriend some others. Flint, you should know, he's a lone ranger. You know, being the cowboy archetype, he usually works alone. But that's not to say that you can't be persuaded to work with others. So I guess we'll find out over the course of
You
this
know what happened
adventure.
to folks who work alone? They also die alone and leave their presents for us to find later. Not saying
You may as
prison,
well die
but,
alone.
if he insists on dying alone, all I'm saying is, we take advantage.
Maybe we can.
As a beastmaster, you're never truly
Wasn't it
alone.
like 10% under a version on this attractive?
Well, I think we actually have time to start a little bit of the game. If everyone's ready and wants to start a little bit of the game.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please,
Ooh,
Mama.
boy.
Yes,
Well,
please.
What
Yes,
track
please,
should I
Mom.
be? What track should I be loading up here? Are we going for
Ooh, have you got like creepy forest music?
Oh, do I have creepy forest music? Yes, I do.
Play.
He's saying that
Okay.
from beyond the bounds of his cowboy hat. So it should be does.
This cowboy hat, just a great excuse to hide
This
my face
cowboy
from the
hat?
camera.
Hides all my whiskers.
Hides all my
So-
emotions. All right.
Oh, wait for the lovely Gemma to come back. Or can you hear me? Can you hear it? No, she can hear.
Yes, I was doing
Play.
dog mum.
All good. So fine. That is acceptable. So,
Thank you.
let's begin in the middle of this story. No. We open on a vast, shadowy landscape of the Feywilds. Once a land of magic and whimsy, now a barren wasteland of twisting, tangling trees that take on morbid and frightening shapes. Everything feels off and eerie. As we begin to focus on the gnarled trees, you see etched into one of the trees an hourglass. Turning the page, the etchings whittled into the tree seemed grown into the tree with age. Seems it's been there a while. A long while.
Hey, just let me know. Fuck.
A distant cacophony of screams, shrieks, and insane laughter breaks the silence, eclipsing the moon in the endless dark night are 3 imposing figures. The earth begins to shake and rumble as a band of fuzzy, long-eared herringons is seen trailing the hags. Alas, the hags were too fast. The tallest of them, holding out their warhammer, slams it down onto the ground and turns around to address the other 6 herringons. Fuck! I told you they were too fast! How are we supposed to catch them on the booms? and we fade out. But we fade back in. It's fine. We fade back in. It's so fine.
I throw a Pokeball at the cute rabbit. Do I have a Pokeball?
You do not have a Pokeball.
Okay,
Cool.
that's a shot.
Each of you awaken in your various houses. I'm assuming you're separated, just because I assume things. You hear a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. And I have it. Awesome. Let me find the thing that I spent hours making. Where are you? Where is it called? Baby with letter. That's what it's called. Okay. The Feywild Postal Service has now used an upcasted version of Dimension Door to allow far more seamless delivery. A shimmering portal opens and swirls before you. A large elephant flying in the air with a small crate is suspended by leather harnesses. Have a ladder. This ladder is for you.
Oh, what do you have there?
He sort of picks it up by his trunk, and he just hands it over, and he's like, "That is your ladder. Bye now."
Suska
then
rolls
he just-
over and reaches out a paw to scratch at the creature as it leaves. Does it say my name? Whose name is on the letter? If it just
I
says
cannot read. But I was told to bring it here, so it is yours.
Alright, what is your name? Your actual name, not your pretend name. What is your name?
I wasn't given a name by the DM because she was at a lecture. It's just golden flying elephant.
Is your name like a round bottom, or like swift wing, or like a bouncing note?
No, Swiftwing is pretty. We're gonna keep that. His name is
Okay.
Swiftwing. Yes.
Swift wing. I see your wings are swift, but are your claws swift enough to drop it off to me while I am still half awake to receive it?
Fair enough.
Huh?
He, drops it out of his trunk.
Okay, I take it.
And he just backs slowly into the portal and appears in front of Clint Beastwood's door. And is like, "I have stiletto. Or do you?"
Yeah, I could imagine Flint Beastwood maybe after completing another job for whoever it was, he's sleeping off a hangover at a local tavern or a tea house or whatever, wherever he may be at any one particular time. He hears a knock on the door.
You are downstairs from Sasiko.
He's
Downstairs from me right now.
From Sasika, making the whole portal thing maybe a little bit overkill, but no, it is what it is. He rolls over in his bed, he groans, he knocks over a couple of empty whiskey shot glasses that go spilling onto the floor. He rubs the sleep out of his eyes. He checks his hip to see if his trusty pistol's still there. Gets to his feet, pulls on his whatever these things are called.
Poncho.
Pulls on his poncho as he goes along. You can see the multitude of scars that crisscross across his body. And he opens up the door, hearing the knock. Sees the tiny little elephant like floating there, and you can see the deep lines of just not enough sleep under his eyes, and he's like, "What do I call you?"
I have leather.
Letter.
His job.
Right.
Leather.
I don't know where you're from, tiny little
I want to
elephant,
give it a try, but shit is way too expensive.
but in the places where I've been, it's polite to introduce yourself.
He just drops the letter on the ground and is like, I don't get paid enough for this, and goes back through the portal.
You're getting paid. Flint bends over and he picks up the letter. I imagine it's in an envelope, as per the art there.
Yes, it is in an envelope. But he now appears in front of Father O'Reilly, hands out the envelope in his little trunk.
Yeah, so Father O'Reilly, just before the Holophant turns up, he's like, push, out here, and he delivers the child and swipes the child, hands it to the mum. So he hears the knock at the door and he's like, oh, god damn, it's another one. Oh my god, hopefully. And he opens, and he goes, what?
He has
sees-
leather.
Wait, save the reinforce until like.
Alright. Dearie, just rest up. I'll be back in a second. He closes the door and just pulls out some paper, rolls up a smoke, and just goes. Stuffs it out and throws it away. And tries to get rid of the smoke and opens up the letter and reads it. It pretty much ignores the. Actually, yeah. Licky, can you do the smoke for me?
We need as many people as we can.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, that's good.
And he pulls out some flowers and like grinds it up and throws
What
it
do
in
you
the air
want?
and rubs it on himself, trying to get rid of the smell. All right. Thank you, laddie. Takes the letter and opens it up.
In the
Well,
meantime,
you
there's
have to be on your
screaming
way.
in the
You've probably got
background.
other Christmas presents to deliver.
You all open the letter in synchronicity because it looks good. And
It's a
all
Feywild,
it
baby.
has-
It works however you want it to work.
exactly.
Are we opening it together or what?
Yeah, you're
I
opening
can
it
barely
together
see.
now.
You guys
Like
get
I
the-
was up way
Did you
too
guys get the
late.
letter that Grace sent you?
No.
Can you just get the,
Just take it out and
Grace,
open it up with it.
can you just put the letter text in the chat, like in the text chat that we have for this
Oh,
channel?
so
in the
you
meantime-
won't need it. Trust. It's like, it's just
Yeah,
a
let's
set of
read it.
I'm
coordinates.
like, I can barely see. I'm like, what is this? Why isn't little elephant just delivered me a letter? Like, I had a very big night, and I thought no one knew where I was. I was just laying low. What the hell?
Etched into the paper, in shaky handwriting, is a set of coordinates and the scrawled letter J.
Us goes like, is it E or Y or E or W?
Does
Well,
anybody
okay.
want to roll me an insight or a
Yes.
history check?
Yes,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
me, please.
Yes. Oh, you can all do it if you'd like.
Um,
Insight or history,
Do you want
Depending.
to do you want D&D Beyond or IRL dice?
unfazed.
I got 11.
You got an 11?
Am I the
Insight?
only one? I'll roll history if everyone else is doing insight.
I don't feel like insight works for this. I'm gonna go with history.
Cool.
Rolled
I'm
an
going to go with investigation, actually, personally, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you the roll after everyone else has done their stuff.
I'm gonna
so.
go with survival because I'm way too hungover, actually. Oh, I'm not doing
Ah.
very well. Okay, 5. I'm just like,
So Twinklehorn vomits all over the letter. Spends the next half an hour trying to dry the letter out in the sun, wiping off the vomit.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Outside the tavern, everyone's like, what is she doing?
Well, Sven and Father O'Reilly were the only ones who passed the check.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did. You both did. You did
Like
great. So, these coordinates seem to be literally in the middle of a dense forest, in the middle of fucking nowhere. You think that there is a small village around there, with like, this is like on the cusp after the village, but it is like literally in the middle of nowhere. So you're kind of wondering who would want to meet in such an isolated place and what possible explanation they have for just sending you a letter with no contents and going, meet me.
What in the nine hells is this?
Can I make an insight check on the letter that I've been sent? Like, I understand the context of the letter. What I want to understand is, like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I the recipient? Why am I the recipient?
Roll me an insight. Another insight.
22?
22.
That's pretty good.
You know, there's not a lot written on this letter, but since you rolled a 22, I'm gonna do my darndest. So, it looks like this handwriting is very, like, quickly scrawled. Like, somebody, like, is trying to sort of lay low, but also really, really requires help. It seems like the way the person's writing seems like they know something, and your connection to the weave, you feel this, like, tugging.
Okay,
Like-
so Saskia reads this and she's like, okay. Might not help me fight my witch, but it might be someone's witch. So I gotta put on the pants, the pants, and the hat, and the my only witch, give me your protection, give me your ways of knowing, and help me get to where I need to go. And then I'm going to go to where this in the town needs me to go. And I am going to strap my collar belt on so you will hear me if I am coming. I'm coming to find you, my witch. We will get there somehow.
Sorry. Yeah, so you all
I
just
don't
kind
know
of
how. Like, I'm nowhere near her, but somehow she just gave my character inspiration. I feel good.
Yeah. I feel like everyone can have inspiration for that, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like
was-
I
that
want
was
to go
pretty
find her witch.
moving.
I don't even know who her witch is. That
I want to
Everyone
find
can
a witch.
have
Who wished
inspiration.
Um,
Yeah, inspiration.
You're
for
welcome.
everyone.
So,
You are welcome, I guess.
like, I imagine Flint's like holding this letter, and he's like, "Well, there's one thing I know for damn sure."
You probably do hear Saskia getting ready upstairs.
Stomping around
Being
upstairs.
like, clump, snack, bang, roll, crash. A couple
Quiet
of noises of
up
like
there.
pulling on boots. Like,
He flicks the page with the back of his hand. He's like, "There's one thing I know for damn sure. And that's first of all, the patrons around here need to know a little bit of quiet." And then he turns back to the piece of paper and it's like, "Second thing I know, there's no way that this is any kind of trap." He gets himself ready. He loads his pistol. He puts it on his hip. He chucks on his cowboy hat. He makes his way outside to the stables. And imagine there's like horses in the stables, and they're all sort of just against the side of the stable, because right in the middle is like a panther tied onto like a post. He's like, "Come on, bear. We have a hidden." And we can fade out from that.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I've
that's such a
managed
good
to
try.
work out semi where I'm supposed to be going, and I'm like, this might lead me to answers, and you know, this just feels right. So I run upstairs and grab my stuff as well as you can when you're not feeling very great. And pack myself up and bring my drum and all my other instruments, and I go down and order a Bloody Mary to, you know, wash off. Sit down at the table. In the meantime, I hear an angry rabbit and this little bell. And I'm like, oh, something's going on. So I look around and I see there's a few people who look like they may be starting to go out. So I start listening in because I'm pretty shy when I'm not performing.
you're watching like the equivalent of like a cat, like stand up on her hind legs, toddle up
Yes.
to the bar. She's got
Yes.
a big witch hat on. She's got a blue cloak with sparkly sparks on, and she says,
Yeah.
"I need to figure out how to get outside and upside the best way." So
And I'm like,
I
hang
go
on, hang
outside
on.
and then I go up. Okay, I need to figure out that best way from you. Okay, you tell me that. I buy a drink and I give you tip. Okay. That.
And I'm just
You
like,
tell me that.
hi, come over here. We start talking. In the meantime, we hear a panther going off outside.
I think
I love
Father
this. I
really
love this already.
is just he's sitting there taking it in, looks at the coordinates. He's like, that's much too far. Honestly, I couldn't be fucked. And he turns around and starts walking around the outside of his little cottage, and he sees a line of pregnant ladies all sort of getting ready to have their babies, and he's just like, oh, these halflings, they just keep going at it. And he goes and opens the door, and he's like, right, love, can you just do what I did for you to the next 6 ladies? I gotta go to an emergency. I'm going on an adventure. And he runs and he grabs his little bronze scroll and runs out of the town. It's an emergency. I wouldn't go for any other reason. As soon as he gets over the hill, he pulls out a smoke and just says, oh my God. You never get to sleep.
Yeah.
I think Sasiko's going to turn around to you, Jim, and see how big you are and see your horns and say, yo, big lady, can you get me up to the big height? You can?
Yeah.
From here?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what do I have to pay you to get from me to big height? What's the way to say it? I need to get up high so I can see down, so I can affect the ground underneath, like that. I need to get up high. Is that okay?
Okay.
Are you tall
talking
enough for
three
that?
shoulders? I'm medium height, so I'm definitely bigger than you. Would you like to try?
You are bigger than me, and you're also a very big, very strong woman. You're very. And she's gonna grab you by the hocks of your of like whatever like legs you have at the time. She's gonna grab you by like the equivalent of your shins, and be like, oh, strong hocks.
Good for
You're
dancing.
very tall. Good for dancing. Good for moving. Have you thought about you throw plow? It's you're a strong leg. Back home, my family could never be caught dead doing anything with back leg, but with front leg, we do the dig. But this is front leg and back leg combined. You dig very deep hole. Great for pooping. Excellent.
I'm slightly confused, but highly entertained. Like, yes, come on, climb up. Where are we going?
You let me climb up. I try to scratch you, but I get stuck a little. I'm just watching. There is a little creature with a long nose and wings. I'm just watching them because they are suspicious. So, they have not touched ground. They are not here with us, so to speak, yet until they touch the ground. I'm just watching them.
Alright. What's Flint doing?
Flint's outside. I imagine Bear's probably a little cranky at him. It's cold. He's left Bear outside in the stables all night. He's trying to get his barding on at the moment. So if you look through the window, you might see some horses currently in a state of panic. As a rabbit is trying to put a saddle on a panther. Maybe there's a couple of people stumbling out at the tavern after a long night of drinks. They might be eyeing him off from a distance.
Jim and myself. I am on the horns of the sailor right now, trying to direct her where to go. There's a cat
I'm sentient.
on the horns
I'm sentient.
of a human being, being like, no, look at this way, and you're like, no. I look at this way for reasons, and I'm like, no, you turn it back. You look over here, okay?
And I look at Flint and I'm like, help me. Because he looks like he knows his way around.
Unless I'm getting paid, it's not my problem, darling. And
Well,
if you look
speaking of,
closely, he's like, he quickly pulls out like a bunch of crumpled up like bits of paper that he has like tucked up under his whatever these things are called again. I've already forgotten what it is.
Poncho.
Poncho. Yeah, thank you very much. Underneath his poncho, he pulls out like a bunch of crumpled up pieces of paper, and he quickly like leafs through them. And I imagine if you could see the pieces of paper, they're like, you know, it has like a picture of like some type of fairy on it, and it says like wanted, like 500 gold pieces, and he's like flicking through to make sure that none of these match the two lunatics he just sort of stumbling
Okay,
out.
so hey, Jem, we're gonna roll a d20.
Yep.
On 10, on 11 or less, I'm not on his watch list. On a 11 or plus, I am.
Oh god.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled an 11.
So
So with a 15, Sven,
yes,
you are aware of a cat-like creature that does things like this to people.
So yeah, he's leafing through these bounties. Somewhere like buried, like right down the bottom, is this tiny little crumpled up piece of paper. It's got a picture of a little tiny cat, crudely drawn, and it has like
Just a stick figure.
yeah, basically
Help.
it's just a picture of like a cat, like, you know, like little circle, another little circle underneath, little tail, and like a little whoop whoop. Couple of little cat ears on there, and he's like looks down at the piece of
And
paper.
like
He looks up.
explosions in the background.
An explosion. Well, I was going to ask you, wanted for what?
Destruction of property. Not theft or anything, just like accidental destruction of property can't be reached for insurance claims. Is wanted for insurance claims.
Looks like we got another insurance case on our hands, Bear.
Yes.
Another classic vandal. Gotta keep it close.
And as you say that, Sven,
yes,
sorry,
you're
I
right.
interrupted you.
No, it's over to you.
In your head, you hear a sound like the wind whistling through the top of the trees, and you know that this is your archfey employer, basically signaling to you that you have like 2 minutes if you're not in pleasant company before she just pops up out of nowhere.
So basically, she's coming, and
Yeah.
I have to find a secluded spot. And
Essentially, if you don't want to.
looks
Yeah.
like the house cat's off the hook for at least the moment. He straightens up his
Can we just
poncho,
meander around a bit more?
and he says to Bear, he's like, "Now listen to me, Bear. Listen. Stop. Listen. Look at me. Stop looking at. No, look at me. That's it. All right. Now listen to me. I want you to keep an eye on the cat. No, not yourself. No, stop licking that. No.
The other cat.
Listen to me,
The other
Bear.
cat.
Listen.
The one with the smaller paws
I
and the
want,
smaller ears and the smaller body.
I
You
want
want me
you.
to keep an eye on that?
I want you to listen to the sound of the bells. Find the house cat and keep an eye on it. I've got
She's
him.
wearing a bell. She sounds like an inside cat. What's she doing outside? I'll find her. Massa, don't you worry. I'll find her. I'll keep an eye on her for sure going forward.
I'll find you again in just a moment, Bear. Looks like I've got.
I hope so, because if you don't, there are catnip toys that she has on her body. I can smell them.
I'll tell you what.
So,
When we hand her in to the proper authorities, whatever we find on her, you can keep.
you mean I get to keep the catnip fish? Are you pulling on my tail, Massa?
You
Are you
know,
really pulling on my tail? You wouldn't give me that.
look,
Unless
unless I have no idea where we're going with this bear. Look, just follow the cat. Let me know where they're going.
okay.
I've got
Okay,
a meeting.
I'll keep a nose on her.
And
I'll keep a nose on her, Massa. I will. I'll keep a nose out.
So now my morning's gone from, hungover, tired. I'm being ridden by a cat and followed by another one.
you've gone from
At this point, point, I'm resigned. I'm just like,
Sorry,
you know what, let's go.
I didn't mean to take over his panther, but I was like, he's a cat.
No, go for
I'm
it.
a cat.
You're a cat. You're
He's
both
a cat.
cats.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, I like the
Why
improvise.
not?
All right. So Flynn himself, he makes his way. I imagine there's forestry around, something like that, somewhere where you can find a nice secluded spot. He fixes up his poncho. He pulls off his hat. He like spits in his hand and like fucking like slicks back whatever rabbit hair he has. And he reaches into a little man pouch that he has hanging around sort of his waist. Pulls out like a chopped up carrot stick. Pops it into his mouth like a toothpick. He's like, all right. He seems nervous.
So is this the sort of place
so
where?
out of nowhere.
Is this the sort of place where Father O'Reilly could have been stepping off the side of the track to have a smoke, and then this other guy's walked up?
Roll me a d20, like just for luck,
All
just
right.
if you happen to be there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you're there. So you sort of, so you've like jacked a ride on the back of this like carriage. They don't know you're there, and as they come to a stop, you sort of jump off the carriage and light one up, and then you see this like fey creature, and I do have a picture of her.
Ooh.
I made her on the internet. So you see this like fey creature with wings like a giant moth just materialize out of nowhere. And she's just like literally 10 foot tall. She's like a tree. Her hair looks like a bunch of leaves. You know, her skin has the pattern of wood. Like, girly, she's strong. She's strong. And
I don't
she
know what that means,
looks
Grace, but I assume it's good.
Translation, anyone?
yeah, she's strong. She's strong.
Oh, right.
She's
okay.
a tree.
Okay, thank you.
She's a tree. She's a giant tree. She's a tree with moth wings. So
Wow.
she looks at Clint and she's like, I've got another job for you.
It just so happens to be I found another one on the list.
Oh, forget that. This is more important. Way more important. It is of the utmost importance.
Wait, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Are you talking more important than a vandal? Destruction of property?
Yes.
Duska's gonna climb down off Jim's horns and just say, excuse me, madam. My apologies, I do not know what your title is here. But my name is Sasko, and I am on the hunt for knowledge. So, if you could tell me maybe some knowledge after we do what you ask us to do, we could help you. Does that sound fair? I'm very wary of deals. I am very wary of deals with you and your type. I've seen you before. You're beautiful. Your moth wings are resplendent in the moonlight. But I know what your rules require. So be very clear with your requirements. Okay?
I'm so very sorry. I don't know where this tiny little house cat just came from. We're not
Don't touch me!
Whoa.
Don't touch me!
Whoa.
I'm imagining him like trying to grab me by my by my neck.
Absolutely,
off of
yeah.
Jim's like shoulders, like and trying to like scruff me and pull me off.
Yeah.
Like,
And like
I've just laid her down. I'm trying to fix my hair, but I'm also looking at him quite menacingly because I'm quite attached to my little friend now.
for reference.
Don't touch me! You
Whoa.
what?
Hey.
You play
Now
you
hold.
play! You play! You play!
Hold
You play!
your-
I've
okay.
seen your ears and your eyes. Don't touch me!
Alright, just
Put me
The-
down! Put me
I-
down! Put me down on the floor! Put me down on the ground where I can touch it with my paws so I can talk to you like a normal person. Don't hug
The
me!
fey
and try to
creature.
say things!
I
reaches
don't know what's going on.
and grabs and grabs Sasako by the scruff, and then clicks her fingers. And Sasako is for now a twig.
All right. Well, now that that's taken care of, we can go back to business. And if you don't mind, it's quite a hefty bounty on that there vandal.
No, this is more important. Later, don't worry, I'll put her back later. So I need, and this is a big one. Not that you can say no, but this is a big one. I'm going to need you to kill off a hag for me.
I'm not ready.
You need me to take on a damn hag?
Well, you know what, you don't need to know that for now. I need you to take on
Well, it's
a
kind of
hag.
already too late now. You've already let the cat out the stick.
Yeah.
Look, tracking down some bail dodging fairies is one thing. Tracking down a hag is something else entirely.
Look, I'm sure you understand. I'm trying to consolidate power in a very broken Feywild, and she rules over a large portion of the bog, which happens to be a large portion of where people like you hang out, like your brigands and your highwaymen and, you know, your thieves and general crooks. So it is bad for business, and I would like to be in charge.
Well, you know as well as I do, I left that kind of life behind me long ago.
Well, I'm going to need you to strap on your boots and flick your spurs and head down to the Feywild and grab me a hag.
Look, you know I owe you a debt of gratitude for sparing me when I was first caught, but taking down a hag is a whole different kind of game. I'm not sure if I'm cut out to do this on my own.
She kind of like looks at you with this really displeased look on her face, and is like, well, you're not alone. You have that little satyr thing over there, twig legs, and then you've got that one smoking over there, and then I suppose you have this sort of stick sort of cat that you can also have as a companion. Look, I don't need you, like, this is not my job. I just tell you who to kill and you do it. This is how this works. I shouldn't need to fill out all the blanks. You should be able to fill out the blanks yourself.
Can I try and persuade to get some more information out, please? Because
Yeah,
I feel like
sure.
there's stuff we need to know. So I'm gonna roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
17. 25.
25. I'm gonna roll a persuasion check for her.
Can I also roll a wisdom save to try and break out of this, like,
Yes,
this-
of course you
this
can.
thing that's happening
Of
to me
course
right
you
now?
can.
I'm going to be like, you've made some assumptions here, and I'd like to hear quite a lot more before you rope us into this.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't realize.
I was gonna say-
Sorry, I didn't realize it talked.
Well,
That's just rude.
so for what kind of save am I making? I'm making a wisdom save.
Yeah. What'd you
I
get?
got a 19 plus 3, 22.
And she breaks out of the twig.
She's like,
What would you do?
like biting and clawing everything that she can.
and as
Because,
this
like,
is
how
happening,
fucking dare you? Like,
um,
imagine a cat in like a very small
Yeah,
like
not happy.
crate. She's just not keen on being held down for anything. She's
Flint, while this chaos is unfolding, he shakes his head. He takes a moment. He walks over towards the halfling standing there, having a cigarette. He pulls out a tiny flask from underneath his poncho again, or maybe from his man bag hanging on his hip, and he takes a big swig from the flask that he has, and he holds it out to Father O'Reilly.
Yes, thank you very much, young man. I just, I wasn't eavesdropping. I wasn't trying to listen in. I just popped out this way. You see, I got this letter and I was just on my way and I just popped off the path for a smoke. And then this, old mother, like the old father, but a tall wooden woman came out and I thought I was hiding. I wasn't trying to listen in, I swear. And he takes your flask and takes a big drink and hands it back to you.
As you go to try and take the flask, he holds it back a little bit and he puts up a finger and he's indicating for you to give him a cigarette. And as he does that, he's like, yeah, all right. Didn't ask for your life story.
Well, all right. Matthew McConaughey.
Well, listen, you didn't ask for my last story, but you did ask for a cigarette, and you offered this freely, but no problem, I've got you covered. And he just rolls a little smoke. It's all right. It's a little bit impolite, but hey, each their own, and this is for you.
As you hand him a cigarette, he takes it, sticks it behind his ear, holds out his hand for another.
I've got my drum out and I'm like, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting pissed off.
He reaches over to take the one out of your mouth.
Let me out. I can't handle it, please.
All right,
Just
I
let me
guess you
out.
can
Oh
have
my
this
god,
one
please.
too.
I
There you
promise
go.
I'll be so good. I promise I'll be so good. I promise I'll be so well behaved. I promise I
This
won't blow everything up.
archfey.
Please let me out. I hate it. Oh my god, please stop.
Just pops her back down on the ground and is like, for the love of God, if I put you down, will you shut your tiny feline mouth before I turn you into mulch?
Yes, I will. Please just put me down. I can't handle it. Please let me out. Please let me out. Let me out. Please.
Just like Sassy. Come
You
here.
just
Come here.
Ram.
Trying to discreetly get your attention so the chaos can calm down a little bit. But I'm getting annoyed myself. So.
She looks at Flint and she's like, remind me why I keep you alive? Just for my sanity. Because I could have killed you and yet I'm here dealing with this. So I just need to be reminded why you continue to exist.
Flint takes a long draw from the cigarette he just bullied out of Father O'Reilly. And you see as he takes the draw, like his eyes light up from underneath his kubra. Blows out smoke and he's like, because you kept me alive. Because you know that there's nobody else in the Feywild that can track down people quite like I can.
This is true. You are very competent. Fine. But now he lives. But we're going to need to rectify this later. Any whoozle, tiny twig legs. I was going to say something to you because you rolled a persuasion check. So what would you like to know? I suppose you're kind of here now and I just have to deal with you, so, you know.
Yes, you do. I'd like to know who this hag is, if you've dealt with her before, and why I'm involved all of a sudden. Does it have anything to do with these letters that we received? Are you Jay?
She just looks at you and she's like, I am an archfey. If I would give my name to you, tiny satyr, that's hilarious. You're adorable. Really, that's very sweet. Get wrecked, respectively. Yes, this hag, yes, I have dealt with her before.
You know, I like to call them cigarettes these days. I
by the
find
way,
the other
Grace.
word to
I
be
heard that, by the way, Grace.
the cigarettes.
Respectfully, can I just say, like, that Saskia heard you and was like,
I was thinking Fae and Hag. I was thinking Fae and Hag, and it just happened.
It do be like that.
I think we've broken Grace.
It's okay. It's okay.
Uh,
We've only been playing for like I've been recording for an hour and a half.
Pause for edit.
it's just,
I
like,
just want to clarify, I am not homophobic. I am in fact part of the Mafia gang. I just want to clarify, I'm not homophobic.
Guys, you can just keep,
Okay,
keep the
no,
homophobia for
okay,
your private
so
time. That'd be fantastic.
The best way to
thank you.
avoid that is to call her, hey, Fwag, the fucking worst hag. The fucking worst. Fwag.
Yeah, I'm not used to dealing with Archfey actually, so I'm just getting annoyed. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah,
and why I have to listen
so
to
you can call her the Fwag, the fucking worst hag. Fwag.
Yeah, flag. I like it.
Fwag.
Yeah.
Well, I have a
Good.
way to deal with
Flag.
you, so why would I be doing this?
It looks like you're all getting on famously, and I think it's great. So I've got a letter with a J on it and some coordinates, and I wish you all the very best.
Grab him by
And,
the
She
Like,
just
you-
clicks her fingers.
Meanwhile, Sasuke's like in Jim's horns, like,
We just follow you. We just follow you. We're out. This is your problem, Flint. See you later.
She just-
Imagine a cat caught halfway between like one scratching post between another. Like, what do you mean you're moving one?
Well,
She just clicks her fingers and like the world fades from around you and you're just in this endless sea of grey. It's like that room from Stranger Things that
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. I'm
Eleven goes
familiar.
in.
So,
Yeah,
so,
it's
so,
just-
so, Sasuke's gonna hit it with a. Arow? Arow?
So the reason I've brought you here is to silence all of you, including you, dude who was walking away. Now the reason you are now dealing with me is because I could turn you to pulp in an instant because I'm an archfey. And because of that, I get to do what I want. So, now that you're all here,
Ma'am Archfey, I'm sorry. Do you know my witch? I'm sorry. I don't know if you understand me, but you know my witch. Dees. Her name is Dees. Do you know her?
Body.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that was what her.
low-hanging fruit.
That was
I'm
what
sorry,
her.
Bella.
That was what her. Her family called her. Dees nuts. But do you know her? She had long blue hair and she had the big blue cloak and she was very good at doing time stuff. Do you know her?
Honestly, at first I found you annoying, but now you've sort of grown into my heart like an algae, and I do quite like you. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I have not. But back to Clint, because you're the whole reason I'm here.
right,
Um,
it's Flint, actually. How long have we been working together? You still calling me Clint? I mean, I'm sorry,
Your opinion.
Your Holiness, Majesty, you are the
Yes.
wind in the trees, you are the leaves in autumn, yeah, all that.
Exactly
That
how
one.
many Archfey are there?
So many. Like
So Sasuke whispers down to you from like her position on your horn, saying like, "There are so many."
So I'm about to start a fight with an Archfey. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. Maybe don't, and maybe don't.
Yeah.
Unless you know what exactly you want, because if you don't, they will find ways to, break you over the will.
Let
of
me-
their own
let me-
personality.
let me put it this way. There are a lot of archfey. But actually very few of them have wings. I'm going on like Akathas fairy lore, where like only the highest of the archfey actually have wings. So the fact that she's a 10-foot tall tree with these moth wings that look to be about 4 meters in wingspan, she's royalty adjacent.
Yeah.
So
So Sasuke
you know.
leans over to your shoulder and says, maybe be careful, because she can fly. Just a
You were a stick,
thing.
weren't you? You were a
I
stick.
was. Not anymore. I'm a cat now. I'm trying to be.
Be quiet.
Look,
Sorry. I just have to say, just be careful, cause
My witch was, she was safer in these folks, but I didn't know what she meant then. But just be careful now, okay? Okay, promise me you'll be careful. Just don't agree to anything without talking about it with anyone else, okay? Just be careful.
And she's like, why are you whispering?
No, my apologies, Mandy. I was just trying to explain to someone who is not familiar with the Feywild, how to negotiate some things. I do apologize if that is beyond my scope.
We'll allow it. I'll allow it.
My apologies. My name is Sasiko Matagaria. I am a familiar. I am working towards the goals of my summoners. You must give me some space because I don't know your rules, and my summoners sometimes also don't know your rules. I'm trying my best to explain to them how things work, but please be patient with them because they are not from here. That is all of my words that I have to give to you from myself, my lieges.
I yield the floor, and Sasako gives a big, deep bow with her tail and everything. Like she's just like laying everything out in front of everyone.
She just kind of examines her nails and she's like, I'm growing tired of this, Flint. It's getting a little bit tiresome.
Look, this isn't the team that I put together. This is your suggestion. So, I'd imagine that if you're the one who put this team together in the first place, you might have some idea of exactly who they are or why you chose them. Couldn't imagine
I
why...
didn't put this team together. It was circumstance. I gave you a warning before I popped up. Did I know?
You certainly did, but... I mean, someone delivered these letters, and he pulls out the letter, and opens it up.
You also got one of these letters.
Me too.
Oh,
Would
we
I...
all got the letters.
No, the letter was signed J. I know this Archfey personally. Would I know that this is their signature or anything along those lines?
She probably wouldn't have given you her full name because names have a lot of power for the Fae, but she probably would have given you the first letter of her name, and you know that the first letter of her name is an A.
Now, if you're telling me that you didn't send these letters, and this is just some kind of coincidence, well, let me tell you something. Flint and Beastwood don't believe in no coincidences.
Well, start believing, Bunny, because it's happening. And then she snaps her fingers and everything goes away.
He sighs, he squints his eyes, turns to the rest of you, and he's like, all right, well, looks to me like there's more than just circumstance that brought all of us here together at the same time, at the same place. Seems to me like something more at work here. Now, my name...
You hear Sasuke's name. You hear Sasuke call out from on top of winter horns. Yeah, I told you. But apparently my voice is so small you couldn't hear it. I did warn you.
Now, you and I are gonna have to have words a little bit later, but it seems for the time being, circumstance.
Yeah, words, rabbit. Words. You sure you don't mean fist curse? Words?
Look, now you're talking my language. His hand drifts dangerously close to the handle.
Right. Everyone,
rosewood
calm
pistol.
down.
Huh?
Everyone, just calm down.
Meanwhile, you have to understand, like Sasuke is saying all this mad shit from on top of James' horns. Like she's standing on, like imagine like a cat standing on someone's shoulders, grabbing onto their forehead horns, turning their face towards the object of this antagonization, being like, oh yeah, you and what I mean, my dude.
just like
what do you want to do?
I understand
So
everything.
at
but
any time, Jen, please feel free to step in, because otherwise.
has the Archfey done anything yet?
Just go on.
The
the
Archfey has
Archfey left?
disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
sorry,
gone.
you said everything disappeared. I wasn't sure if you meant
Yeah,
her
she
as
just
well.
vanished into oblivion.
All right. Well,
this-
before we go on, can I just first of all, maybe don't shoot the cat just while we're just figuring it out. And second of all, I
shoot me or
apologize for.
Fight me.
I apologize for.
Mono a mono.
You hear that?
It's with a bit of something dangling off it, and I start doing this, and you get a bit distracted.
Roll.
No, someone's
Okay,
coming.
okay.
Someone's coming.
I'm gonna get you to
No,
roll.
someone's coming.
Okay, so Jim,
Someone's
can
coming.
I please get you
Yes.
to roll a wisdom check? And
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a saving throw against it at disadvantage.
I've just lost it. Here we go. No, let me roll it. There we go. I don't know what that is. 10.
I feel like you need a debuff to that in addition to the disadvantage.
Yeah, actually, no, I did roll a 5. So.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that works out well.
So you're trying to distract me. You roll a 5. What do you say? What do you do?
I just basically,
After-
I'm just like, because I know that you're really, really wild up, but I get it. And I'm like, it's okay, it's all right. Let's just play with this for a minute. And we both get distracted because I don't like confrontation. So, and I'm someone who's like spent my life trying to avoid it. So I'm just like, hey, let's go over here. And we sort of let these guys talk it out for a second because it's been a lot. And don't forget, I'm still really, really hungover. I'm like, honey, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Now, you were saying?
Yes. So, first of all, don't shoot the cat. Second of all, I understand we all got letters, and I
Yes.
hold mine up
I got a letter.
with
Excuse
a
the
letter-
state of mind.
with the letter J.
Yes, I got J.
Yes. All right. So, did the old mother? I'm assuming that's what we're calling her, because like the old father in the Fae, Sylvanas. It's like Sylvanas' wife. Is that what we're looking at here?
We're looking a bit like
You hear us go call her. Her name is Tatiana. She's got the big T. Tatiana.
Okay.
T-E.
Tatiana. Okay. Tatiana. But so like I look at. I think. Did she actually say where we should be going and where the witch is?
No,
Is it a bog? A bog?
I was trying to get that information out of her, but unfortunately a certain house cat couldn't keep her kitty claws to
Hey.
herself.
No. Let's not.
Do you want me to pull your
here.
fucking rip off your eyebrows, my guy? Because I will. Because they are sticking out very far above your fucking cap, your head, your ears, your tail, sticking out very far.
So
Look
it
at that.
seems
very
to
tasty
me
for me.
that for the time being,
Okay.
we only have one road to walk, and that is wherever this coordinates are taking us.
That's precisely what I was thinking, and I figured while we're all together, maybe we could get to know one another. So, my name is Father O'Reilly. I'm a cleric for the little town. I basically help a lot of halfling folk, but I've come here on a mission to coordinates, and you'd never believe what happened. There was a portal, and a Holophant, of all things, popped out and handed me a letter. I know, it sounds far-fetched.
Now,
Is that what that little thing was called?
sounds completely ridiculous. Sounds like you just made
Yes.
that up.
Yes, it sounds completely ridiculous.
It does.
It does.
It does. It's the dumbest thing
We're
I've
in
ever
agreement. And he takes out another smoke and lights it up. 100%. It's absolutely ridiculous. But in saying that, we could do it all together. Wouldn't that be lovely? A nice stroll. See some world. Go on an adventure.
heard. Flint, his eyes narrow even more, if that's even possible.
His eyes are just closed, yeah?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He looks at the
Oh,
holy man.
I think he's fallen asleep.
He looks at the
Poke him.
satyr. Brushes you off. Looks at the cat perched in your horns. And he's like, God damn Feywild. Alright. We're going to be traveling together. There's going to be a couple of rules. First of all, no one.
You
And I
seem like
mean-
a really fun person to travel with.
No one
I'll bring the fun.
touches the
No
cat.
one? Go
No,
on.
not that cat. The other one. Bear. And he looks around. Bear's nowhere
Where?
in sight. God damn it, Bear! I told you to keep an eye on the goddamn. Anyway, second rule. Actually, no. I'm still thinking about what the second rule is. I'm not used to working
Wait,
with other people.
You named your cat Bear.
Yes.
I take it back. You sound like a marvelous person to travel with. I would like to hear a story about this. It actually reminds me of a tale.
Oh no! Please
so-
don't. What about you? He turns
No,
towards
it's a great story.
Sparkle.
Yeah, just call me Shim. I don't give out my whole name because bad things happen. I'm actually a bit lost. I've just sort of been running around and playing my drum and creating merriment, but I keep having nightmares and stuff keeps going wrong. So I'm seeing this as a sign, and I'm very excited. And I like panthers a lot.
Well,
so
now.
I am wondering where Bear is. And is he in trouble? Do you have a link with Bear? Do you know if maybe he's run away due to all the commotion, or has he ever been stolen?
Well, don't you worry about Bear. He knows how to look after himself. After all, he's the one who looks after me at the end of the day. But there's no need to be like that. I'm sure your name's not that bad. What's your name, darling?
If I say it, a fire will light within
Yeah,
like
I've
10
heard
kilometer
all
radius.
this. I've heard all this from the next
no,
fucking
I'll
one
say it,
bar to
I'll
the next
say
bar.
it.
I'll tell you my name. A
I'll say
fire
it.
lights within your heart. Yeah. What's your name?
No, it's Shimmer Twinklehorn, but I'm looking for a name that suits me more. So, and then we hear this. Yeah. Gas on.
So the bar that you guys were just in bursts into flames, in a massive cacophony of explosions, obviously having alcohol in it. Kablooey. People are screaming and running, and a small half-orc is kind of commando crawling out of the bar like, oh god! And then dies.
Somebody think of the children.
So that's why we don't say my name. Unless we want to. We could use it to.
Oh right. I thought you were being metaphorical and all with the whole fire thing. I didn't
No,
realize you was being
I'm-
all.
No, I'm very literal. Like,
Oh.
very, very literal.
Oh. Right. Well.
But, will we both take responsibility for this then? Go halvesies?
He sort of takes a cigarette out of his mouth, still lit. Looks at it. Looks at the burning building in the background. Hands it back to Father O'Reilly.
Thank you very much.
I just realized I've been muted this whole time. None of y'all can hear me talking shit about anything.
I thought you were talking to your chat. I was just over on your
No.
page trying to
No,
wait. for you
no,
to talk.
no. I was just muted like a
Oh, I'm
whole
so
ass,
sorry.
like a whole ass imbecile. What I would like to do after hearing these things go off, I would like to cast a big old shape water. As a sorcerer, I can't do that.
Do something useful, that would be great.
If I could cast a big old shape ass water, so within 25 feet from me, going this way, and another 25 feet from me going this way, I would like to stop any big old conflagrations, if you will. I would like to stop that in its tracks. Depending on how you want me to roll. You just tell me which one to roll on, and I will roll it. Depending on how that reacts, I will tell you what happens afterwards.
Roll me an Arcana.
Arcana. I can do that. Hold on. Give me 1 hot second. Let me roll IRL. Oh my! No, that does. That one rolled off disc. Let me try again. That's gonna be a 16 plus a let me find him. Let me find out some information about the character. Hold on. Arcana. 16 plus 3, 19. That's a 19.
No.
So Sasako, in their very limited wisdom, is able to maneuver this shape water right on top of the bar, and you just hear this tremendous sploosh. That half-orc who you thought was initially dead actually manages to stagger up to his feet, only to be crushed by the weight of the water falling from the sky, hitting him like concrete, and
Where they're
concussing
doomed.
him further, killing him. Actually, for real this
Sasco's
time.
like sitting at the bottom of the downstairs, like, I'm going sheep water. I gotta fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
Imagine this
And everyone
half
else is like, how to, like, why am I floating?
This half
Everyone's just
Why
kind
am
of
I
like
floating
I'm
slow
in this-
napping.
in this thing?
Like
What's happening?
everyone around them, they're just looking at each other like, should we clap or should we be calling the guards? And they're all
And
just like,
at this point, should we just leave?
Well,
So still
it looks-
maintaining concentration, so you do whatever you want to do with that piece
it
of
looks like
information.
you put out the fire, which is absolutely fantastic. But with that dead half orc, I do believe it is time for us to leave.
Okay, leave? Go where? I'm just trying to hold this shit fucking down. What do you mean leave? I can't leave right now. I'm holding this shit up until I know something's gonna go safe. I can't
Oh,
go
look.
anywhere.
Oh, the fire's completely out. That's fantastic. Good job. Let's go.
All right.
Everyone, well done. Well done. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's go. You're doing very well.
That sounds nice here for someone whose accent is different from mine. That sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All
Yeah.
right.
So
Does Bear run out with a singed tail?
yeah, no, I imagine Bear probably went back to try and pilfer more of the horse feed while we were having this conversation. I imagine as soon as Flint Beastwood was like, you need to keep an eye on the house cat, as soon as Flint left, he just went straight back there looking for more food. So he's been there the entire time. The thing caught in flames. The cat comes running. Bear's like, it's like, where you been, Bear? Told you to keep an eye. God damn it. And you know, he's saddled up now, so Flint jumps on up, makes himself comfortable, settles in for the long and lonely road. Only the road isn't quite as
Not
lonely
lonely.
as it usually is. He's not used to having these sorts of companions at all. So this is something new for him, and I gotta say, like, after spending some time traveling on his own, and it's a thankless task what he's been doing for this archfey all this time. On the outside, it might look like, you know, he's all gruff. On the inside, he might be asking himself, you know, have I found, you know, some friends? Finally, some friends who actually talk back. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
So you guys have been walking for about like an hour, maybe 2 hours. You sort of come to I have writing for this. Do I have writing for this? I thought I did. I remember spending an hour writing this.
Meanwhile,
what?
Sasko's like actually trying to fought down from Jim's fucking
yes.
heels. Like,
If
I
I
no,
may,
no, you
Grace.
get this up from my cold dead hands.
Yes.
this might be a good point to take a short rest.
Yes, please,
Yeah.
because I desperately need to pee.
Yes, I thought so. So,
I just peed in this bottle.
You feel it, could you?
this has been off to a chaotic start, which is exactly what I was expecting. But stick with us, because we're going to be back in just
I mean,
a couple of minutes.
You didn't have to ask me to be here in the chat. I don't know.
This
No,
is fantastic.
This is
We'll
great.
be back real soon, guys. We'll be back in a couple of seconds.
All right. Stick around. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Now we last left traipsing through the forest on the way to the cottage, and we're just gonna peel back in on our favorite new companions as they make their way over to the cottage. On the road.
Yeah.
So,
So,
who is your favorite companion, Grace? Which one of us?
yes. Who is your
I
favorite
don't have a favorite.
companion?
They're all
You
equal.
said that, but I saw you stare at Liquor Witch, so I see through you.
No, that's not how it is at all. That is not.
Straight down the barrel of a gun.
False. No, they're all my favorite.
Me was asking, I was like, okay, your points are too pointy. Can I get off? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, hang on. It was like trying to take my cat off my lap.
Yeah, don't touch me. Touch me. Don't touch me. Just tell me where to go. Just
Okay.
guide me down.
Gently
Don't touch me.
climb down. Just gently climb down. Probably time to walk as well. How was it up there? What's it like being up that high?
It was a little disconcerting being up so high, but you have
Yeah?
beautiful roads. You should display them more because they're very pretty. They smell good.
Thank you.
Also,
Yes.
this other thing, I smell good, and she's gonna kind of run off into the undergrowth. Like, I found a good mushroom, kind of like.
Be careful what you eat.
I don't eat anything. I'm just going to find them and bring them back.
Look at that.
It's just gonna run off
Absolutely
into sort of like
spirit.
the undergrowth.
So much spirit. Look at her go.
Full of
Absolutely
fresh air.
brilliant.
She's amazing.
I was actually thinking, she said your horns are uncomfortable. If you're going to continue doing that, maybe we could like knit up like a little hammock to go between your horns. Or is that offensive? I'm not quite sure.
It's nothing I've ever done before, but I'm not against trying something new. Actually, my special power is actually creating. So I can
You've
create
got a
whatever I
special
want.
power.
I do. So I'm a creator. So I can every day create something. Yeah, and as I get stronger and learn more about the world, I'll be able to create more wonderful things. So I was thinking about that, or even just this hat with a brim, and it could be like a little castle for Sissoko to sit in as we walk.
So how does this work? And like, do you have like a needle and string in your backpack and your?
But no, I was born this way, and this is something that made me very different. So I can use basically the bard version of the weave to bring anything into being.
Like with magic?
Yes. There are limits just because I'm young and because I still have a lot to learn, as I said. But at the moment, I can create things that they can't be magical, they can't be animate, and they can only be worth about 60 gold pieces, which is actually quite a lot. So that's something every day we can decide, okay, this is what we need. So I was thinking myself,
So
maybe
you
something
could bring
for something.
you might be able to pull like a ceramic rabbit out of your hat.
I could make a duplicate of flint to distract the enemies.
Listen,
he could be in the corner.
I don't think there's going to be more than one Flint. Like, he really is.
I don't think
just
he'd like that.
a unique character.
He is. Do you think there's a way we can make him feel more comfortable traveling with us? He seems like he likes to be alone. You seem like you're very good with people. I'll start thinking about how to make my hat. But do you think how we could make Flint feel more comfortable?
Well, letting him keep still and pressure me to give him cigarettes seems to work. So he thinks me out. So I might have to get you to pretend to magic these up, and I hand you a big bag of rolly stuff. I'm like, just keep that on yourself. So when I need to magic it up, you can just pull it out of your hat and say, "Oh, look, I'm a magic magic singing
Oh yes,
creation person, and you can give
yes,
me my
yes.
sure.
That might
Please.
be the key to his little carrot heart is magic and utility. He seems like a tough
Exactly.
customer, but I think we'll win him over.
I
Sasiko,
don't-
Sasiko, do you want a hammock? Do you want a hammock hat?
Well, I want to see this. So you say you do
You're
a
muted.
bard.
Sasiko.
You say
I
you
can't
do
hear
a
you.
bard thing. Do you?
Is
do
it
you
between
sing?
your horns?
Are you going to sing this
Yeah,
thing into
yeah.
existence?
I actually use my drum, so I just hit it. It's like,
Oh,
Mm,
and that brings the
can I
magic
see it
through.
first?
Well, we can talk about it, but I create it.
No.
So it comes
no,
from my mind.
No,
No?
no, no,
No?
no. You make it first, and then I decide.
Okay. I can do it. All right. I'm going to come up with something. Let me think. It has to be comfy for me too, because you do weigh. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You don't weigh nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
so I'm thinking something
I know I
light.
am not. I know I am not small. Mhm.
What is your
That's
favorite
why-
texture? Do you like things you can claw? Do you like things you can wrap up in? Do you like things that you can that are fluffy?
This is the best.
I like things that are like my mother. So like stuff that give away.
blue.
when I
You like
push
blue?
in.
She had blue hair.
No. No. Find a good moss, and then I can tell you.
Oh,
A good moss
okay,
will
so
tell you.
sponge. And what's your favorite color? Because mine's green. Would green work? I'm gonna
don't
make
remember.
a sparkly. You don't remember? Okay, so I'm gonna make a green hat that you can sit in. It's like a hammock, so that we can both be comfortable. And if you don't like it, we can sell it in the next town, so it will not go to waste.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. I'm gonna
If
say
you
my
make it
job.
and it does not work for you, I will buy you things to eat to make up for it. Okay?
Oh no, that's okay. It's okay. This is for both of us.
No,
Ready?
no, it's not just okay.
Okay.
It's important, for me to tell you that, I will pay you back for what you do for me. Because, it's important for us to communicate like this, okay? It's
Okay.
I don't not pay. I pay the folks who work for me, okay? I do pay them.
Okay, whatever makes you comfortable. But in the meantime, I've made this beautiful sling hat, and it's spongy and it's green, and it smells like the forest, but a good forest. Right? And it's comfortable. So that way, and it also is made in a way so that my neck, it won't be as sore when we're walking along, just in case you want to catch a ride. So I'll put it on,
Okay,
and you decide
okay.
whether you like it. Okay?
Okay.
Oh.
So
And Flint
DM.
looks back and he's like, "What's going on?"
Just to tell you, DM, I'm going to be making a Constitution saving throw and also a Wisdom saving throw. So the first one is a 19 for Wiz
Mm-hmm.
and a 6 for Con. So with a Wisdom saving 19, watching my player character build this, I know why she's done it, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it feel good. With a 6 in Con, class her to be an 8 in Con. It's not that comfy for me, but I do try my best to make sure my party member is like feels good about it. Like that's kind of like the best thing that you could get. Like my character's like, oh yeah, it's great. I'll use it, and then it is great. She uses it.
And doesn't look too strange, but we can always improve.
No, I like I'm sorry. Sometimes it's a little damp. Oh, damn.
Oh, no
But that's not your fault. It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Thank you.
Fantastic. That's great.
But sometimes it pinch on my blanket that is made from my mother. The big
Oh,
cloak, that one.
Beautiful.
That's
I've
why it's-
noticed it's beautiful.
That's why it's not so comfy sometimes. I need that though because I smell like my mama. That's her. She know about clocks and time and matter and stuff. That's why she's not here. She busy. She busy somewhere else. She busy
No,
there,
well-
I think.
I'm a bit lost. I'm still working out where I fit. Father O'Leary. How
Oh,
do you-
really?
No,
Wait,
no,
Oh, really?
Sorry.
he
Yeah.
called Father really, right? He called like, haha, oh really?
Yeah.
Like
Oh
him.
no, I'm not gonna forget that now. Father O'Leary. What do you do? What's your thing?
Me, no, I don't really do much. I just help. I like to give a good word here and there. The power of words to lift the spirit in us all. It means a lot to me that the people around me are happy and comfortable, and yeah, I just seem to fall into places where people are like in Little Hill. We just constantly plagues and viruses and pregnancies. A huge string of
many
pregnancies.
Is it?
I've never seen anything
Is
like.
that because you're like so like I don't know like to say it, but like you close bread?
Close bread.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
inbred.
so like like my mama had long fur, my dad had short fur. My mama family want me to have me and my brothers and my sister have long fur. We go to find a family member that also had long fur. Yeah,
Yes.
so you try to breed to keep small? The breed to keep small, or you want to get big? I don't know.
They oh, I see what you mean. No, for some reason the halflings have all been getting pregnant.
Ooh.
It's not breeding for small or large. It's just a lot of them, and they imbibe a lot of liquids and a lot of drugs, and they tend to just have big sex parties.
Is that unusual for?
Yes,
for
it's
your-
extremely
your
unusual. It's
So,
extremely unusual.
so Sasko's looking over at Jim, being like, do we say something?
No, it's extremely unusual.
So far out
Jim,
of this
how do you-
conversation,
So Jim, you're watching after Sasko's climbed down from your shoulders onto your like various like a body stuff. You're watching Sasko look at you with like eyebrows raised and eyebrows raised and eyebrows raised, and her mouth opens like. And her shoulders go up and her tail starts flicking. She's kind of like, y'all are humans. I don't know how this works. I don't. What? Is it normal? What?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's absolutely not normal. Absolutely amazing, but not normal.
Has there been a influx in different kind of music or alcohol or
Nope, just
a
a
border?
string of
Has there been
pregnancies
border?
has long the driveway.
Weather? Has the weather been bad? Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's
Actually,
Day.
yes, it is exactly.
If it's all saints, they jump over they jump over the other. It's not just like a magic thing. Like I have to do it.
It's like a dance, Sissiko. It's like a dance.
Like he is responsible for all these impregnations.
Are they all your? They're not all your. Then are they all different families? Father, really? Or are they all your children?
I just, if I may,
Concerning.
I've got two episode
Silence.
titles
No.
out of this
Silence.
conversation. They are Damp Hammock and Plagues, Viruses, and Pregnancies. Both have potential as an episode
Yes.
title.
Yeah.
But well, actually, No. I am the spiritual leader of the
Oh.
commune, and I would never do something like that.
Oh,
Excuse
so-
me for a moment. I just realized something. I need to go check if my good friend Flint has run out of cigarettes, and then I wink to my good friend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
Shimon.
want to get, I want to
say,
get inside check
I'm-
off that.
I'm going to go talk to my good friend over here just to make sure he's got enough cigarettes. Sorry, what did you want? Sorry.
I want to get inside check off you doing that shit.
On the wink or on the they're not my children?
I'm just gonna go talk to my friend over here, away from you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can openly roll this.
And
Hey,
I'm
hang
going
on,
to
wait,
do
it's
a...
my roll, not anyone else's roll. Hold on.
We'll have to
Well,
do a
yeah,
deception because I'm about to deceive.
I'm not
Oh, that's a
deceiving.
good one. 23. Well, I'm going to pretend that I'm magicking these up, aren't I? So it's like
Oh
yes,
no,
I'm
not
right.
yet, not yet, not
I
yet.
rolled a
No,
17
save,
flat.
save that roll. Save that roll.
Yes, I will.
Me to beat it, I am going over to my friend, or I am going to go check on him, but there might be an ulterior reason for going to talk to him. It does look like I've just realized
That's what I was
something.
trying to figure out.
Yeah, no,
I saw
well,
you-
you rolled
I saw
well.
you running.
Yeah, but I wasn't running. I just had a realization, and you would pick up that something's a bit off. But I'm like, I promise this isn't about the children. Absolutely nothing about the children. They're not mine. I just need to talk to my friend, and I'll walk off.
Okay.
And
So with that-
They're not mine.
Okay, so with that, I rolled a 21.
Yes.
So, what I would like to do, I would
Mhm.
like to sit up,
Us.
like, I would like to sit up, however I can, sort of listening into this conversation, like imagine like getting into like a word, like a confessional booth, and they're just sort of sitting there hanging out, just kind of like, oh, my ears, so ready for listening.
well,
Oh, yes.
if you're trying to listen in on this conversation, what I'm about to say is actually about you. So if it's all right, could I just get you to roll past my passive perception 15 if you're going to follow along? So just a stealth
Yep,
roll.
that's fine.
You can
Of
roll
course.
with advantage if you want.
12 plus 4 is 16.
Yep, that passes. All good. Yeah. So I believe I go to Flint and say, "Hello there, friend. How you going? I just had a quick worrying thought that I hadn't thought of before, but it may come up, and I was wondering if you'd thought of the same thing."
All right then. Spill the beans.
First of all, I did find one more cigarette, so you can have this one here.
And he's like, no, thank you. Never touch
right.
the things bad for the lungs.
Exactly right, my boy. Exactly right. So, we've been sent to kill a witch. And our good friend back there is looking for her witch who is lost.
It's
Do you think this might end up being a conflict of interest?
it's a detail that hasn't slipped my mind.
Well, I just thought of it, and honestly, it sounds horrible. Is there any way we might be able to scoot out of this little deal that you seem to have with this person? Because honestly, it doesn't sound as fun as it should.
Look, I can't speak for you, holy man.
Well, if you could, you'd be a ventriloquist. That'd be amazing.
There's no way I'm putting my hand up. Look, we're getting distracted. But I'll tell you this much. Don't know much about the Archfey themselves. That's way above my pay grade. But what I can tell you is that when you cross them, they send people like me to find you. The last thing you're gonna see is me staring down the barrel of a gun. And that's if you're lucky.
Wait, staring down the barrel would be lucky?
Yeah, that's right. Not sure if you caught
Surely
that
not
little...
knowing it coming would be more lucky. You might die looking at a cherry blossom tree.
Well, look,
That'd be...
cherry blossom trees, guns. they're all the same where I'm from. Sometimes kids,
Wait,
they'll be like, meet me down by the gun. And what they really mean is, no, wait, meet me by the cherry tree. Lots of confusion about cherry trees and guns.
listen. If you
Sasuke
ever
staring
need-
this and this being like, why you not say exactly what you mean? So you say, I meet you by like the thing and then nothing else.
I don't know why you're trying to give me a cherry tree. I don't want your
Just say,
cherries.
I meet you by the guts of the gun. There was a gun, not a gun anymore.
There was a
So, like,
gun.
the big one.
Now there's a tree.
So like the cannon thing. That was a cannon thing like 45 years ago. That's what I meant by like just find the gun. You find the gun and then you just feel the gun.
Look,
Okay.
it's really simple. You get your cherry tree, your gun, and you shoot the witch, and the archfey lets you go. And you get to live your little merry life in the clergy. You get to wear your nun outfit, do whatever it is that you priests do.
All right. Well,
With your cherry trees
I-
and your guns.
I completely understand what you're saying, especially regarding the cherry trees and the guns. But if you ever need a hug or someone to talk to, I'm here for you, my friend.
That's
It
right.
sounds like you've had a very rough upbringing.
Last thing I want is a hug. If you got any cherry trees, I'll take them. In fact, I'll have that cigarette too.
No, not cigarette for you. She's gonna grab the cigarette out of like
Ah!
Sleight of hand.
I think that's a dexterity save.
yeah, I'll roll it. I'll fucking
I'm rolling it too.
I'll roll
I
it,
don't
okay.
think she needs to. My passive perception wasn't breached, so this is coming out of nowhere for me.
Oh, no, that's fair. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
rolling sleight of hand. I want to try and grab it too. Here we go.
I rolled a 14.
Eh.
I rolled a 14.
Oh, baby, I rolled an 18.
Hang on, I'm gonna go for an insight to see if he's actually coming in for a hug. Yep, I hug him.
Aw.
Yeah, it's like I reach in for the cigarette. It's like that scene in
It's all right.
in the
Lily.
Avengers.
It's all right.
where
Hang on, hang
where-
on. So, who are you hugging? Just to be clear.
Yes. As he reaches for the cigarette and you reach for the cigarette, I see him coming with an arm up and I give him a hug. I step in and hug him. Well, I try to. I misread the signals with my nat 1.
It's very awkward. It's very, very
Who
awkward.
was just goes like, ah, yes. A
I'm just
cigarette is
giggling.
my favorite.
Keep your damn manners to yourself. And I think
Getting late in the day.
I think we can move on from that scene. I think we got everything out of it.
Remember,
No.
Sasuke's like,
I like to think that's exactly when Shimmer walked around the corner and she sees a cat hanging off his arm smoking the cigarette and a halfling hugging him around the waist, just
I'm
like,
getting ready for nighttime, my nighttime party, so I'm fine. I'm just like, let's wake up early.
whatever the DM decides for, like, Sasuke, like, seeing how bad smoking is for her, is up to her. I'm gonna leave that to you. Grace, it's fine. But in the meantime, Sasuke's like,
We'll deal with it
Right.
at a long rest.
I'm like,
We'll deal with it at a long rest.
yeah.
So after a bunch of talking and chaos, we arrive at the cottage, and I think we will leave it there.
Oh man! All right. I'm sorry.
Grace, what happens at the cottage?
Where's
Where's the cliffhanger, Grace? What do we see at the cottage that's a cliffhanger?
Flynn pulls out his gun and starts shooting
Nothing.
the cottage straight away. It's the first thing he does.